All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com, free weekly swing trade report. Today, we're going to talk about post-market sell-off and how the Qs, the NASDAQ, big tech has basically invalidated that sell-off now. And we're going to go over 5 of my favorite stocks right now to trade post-market sell-off. Really quickly here, let's look at SPY. You can see we had the big sell-off. We had the big hammer. We're bouncing here. SPY is looking pretty good. Hasn't completely invalidated the sell-off. I would say that would be when we break to new highs. But if we look at the Qs, we can see that the sell-off is essentially over in big tech. We had the big move down, pretty scary. We thought maybe this is the end of that big multi-year run, but it held, and now we are at all-time highs. This is a real positive. Look at that volume pattern, really nice. If we were to do a market breadth analysis, we would see that the broad-based market is looking really strong as well. So things are looking good. We go from being neutral or even bearish to slightly or even strongly bullish at this point. So that's all we really need to do to know that the market sell-off is over. Now, what stocks do we trade? There are a lot of strong stocks. We can start with the FANG stocks. I'm only going to pick one of the FANGs, and that's going to be Facebook here. So Facebook had that big move down. Now it's lagged, say, Netflix a little bit, but it is over the 50-day moving average, over the 9. Volume pattern looks good. We've got some room to go before it tests all-time highs. So we can enter right here, right now, 184, put a stop, say, around 180, give us 4 points, and we've got room for about a 10-point run. So that would give us 2.5 to 1 for every dollar we're risking. We can make $2.5. So that's a pretty good setup there. Now, my favorite stock in FANG is Netflix, and that's at all-time highs right now. The problem is it's very extended, so we don't want to enter at this point. We did have a fantastic trade through here, one of the best trades of the year, but right now we're going to wait for that to hold. So Facebook is the one we're watching most closely right now. Semiconductor stock, FSLR, very strong, has had a pullback, now has consolidated that range and finally got back up over the 50-day moving average. Semiconductors look, solars look really strong. Entry here around 70, maybe it pulls back a little bit today and you can get in at 68, 69. Target range of 76, which would be the old high. Should be able to get, again, 2 or 3 to 1 on this trade. Tesla has been out of the spotlight. A lot of range-bound action, but yesterday was one of the market leaders, got back up over 3 moving averages in one day. And, it's done that once before and pulled back. Now I think it's set to run. We've got a high here at 385. We're at 345 right now, and we've got a more recent high at 360. So there's a couple of ways we could play this. One, we could just enter right now. Say we enter around 345. Place that stop, maybe about 10 points. And then we've got a range here at about 360, which would get us 15, only 1.5 to 1. But if we can break to 380, this becomes a huge trade. We end up getting 3 to 1 on it. So Tesla looking pretty good here. FSLR, Tesla, Twitter. Now here's a relative strength stock. It was an earnings breakout, testing the top of the range, consolidating. As long as it holds a 9, it's a good entry. It could spike up here to 40 to 45, and that's what it's done before here. So Twitter looking very strong post-earnings. Snapchat, another post-earnings play, has consolidated, tested the bottom of the range, held that level really nicely, which was also marked the high of this range here, and now is holding the 9. An entry here, maybe use about a point and a half stop, and then we've got 2.5 points or 3 points till we get to the top of the range. So it's 2 to 1 right there, and if we were to break that range, it would become a huge trade. And finally, NVIDIA, very strong. Semiconductors have been strong. I would wait for a break of the high at about 250, and that could set us up for the next big move in NVIDIA. So there you have it, guys. Explanation of the market sell-off and how big tech is where we want to be, and then our 5 favorite stocks. They're all related to the tech space.